Hello, everybody. It is episode 284, and I believe I am hosting by myself this week. So we will be playing music in the background, and I will be continuing the build of the Viking Village. Jesse did complete his. I actually have been working in my storage, getting that stuff kind of done. I bought some new 28 quart, just kind of flatter type bins, because my burps, my panels, my smaller panels, the 1x1x5s, 1x2x5s, and 1 2x2s, which they were on the pick a brick trees back in Colorado many eons ago, and so I got tons of those in yellow and red, and that outgrew the big dump bin they were in, so they're in one of those. And then I threw in the 4x6 plates. 4x6 plates outgrew its big bin that it was in. So so that's what I was doing. So I'm still sorting. It's crazy how much I got. Tomorrow I will be counting project support. Should be a fun-filled day of counting, preparing for our next project for Brickworld Milwaukee in April and Brickworld Chicago in June. Hey Jeff, hey Den, hey Mark, hey Dude Jude. It says there's 4 watching, 3 have typed in the chat. Not sure who else it is, but someone else is watching. It says I got 4 people watching. So, but yep. So other than that, everything is going okay. I did wear my shirt today. It has been raining here the last few days, which makes it nice and cool. Oh, and hopefully everybody's starting to get their holiday magazine in the mail, and actually they finally send us a nice thick one, which is kind of nice. So there's a majority of the stuff is in here. I don't think it's all in here, but closer. So it's kind of nice. It does have the Alpine Lodge. I got both of these, and I got the Viking Village. That's what I ordered last week. Did pick up a Luke Slanspeeder UCS for a fellow lug member. Hopefully they are expecting that. Otherwise, I'll be returning it to Walmart because I don't need one. But it was $150 off of $250. So he said, "Oh, hey, I'd buy that for that." I'm like, "All right." I mean, oh, yep, cool. That's good. That's good. Yeah. I mean, I looked through it. Sat in the Thunder box and looked at it a little bit. I mean, there's some neat stuff in there. Obviously, we've got another Harry Potter train. So it's got the Lord of the Rings Rivendell. I mean, Viking Village 150. This at 500. I mean, it's sweet, but man, I'm just like not made out of money. And I mean, I'd sell Lego once in a while to buy some of this stuff. Now, granted, if the buy-sell trade next month generates a few thousand, maybe I might think about Rivendell or something, because it's fantasy castle related. I mean, I've just I really wish I could get a hold of my friend John, find out if he's ever coming back to the hobby. I have a lot of city sets that I probably should just liquidate. Especially the sealed ones. I mean, I got a boatload of built ones, tons of vehicles. I still collect the Speed Champions in case I do any kind of city, or if I want to put vehicles in a city around. So, but other than that, yeah. So I'm planning on building this. Looks like I am on step 159, bag 5, page 88. This is a longer build. Hopefully I will not ignore anybody in the chat. I'll try to make small steps and whatnot. Actually, that's what I need to do, is I actually need to let's see this real quick. My mouse should be charged. Actually, this will make things a lot easier. If I can make my mouse mobile. So I'll just do this. So that's the nice thing about technology, is these. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, and these newer mice also have lots of weird buttons on here, and so when you hit the weird buttons, it backed me right out. So hopefully we looks like we're still alive, but probably went black for a minute. Everybody was like, whoa, what happened? So, yeah. So this way I can just move the mouse wherever I want. still work. We got room for parts. My desk is kind of a mess. I don't keep this thing really clean. It's kind of a table. I wish it was more of a desk. He dropped off. Yes. Hey, you know what? It'll be just like watching a Kevin Hinkle Inktober or one of his streams on Twitch when it just kind of like freezes up. I'm like, hey, he's talking about chat, but I'm not seeing anything change on mine. So, but hey, you know, we all have to be successful. And hey, just so everybody doesn't know, Kevin Hinkle is doing his Inktober stuff, so he's actually drawing every day. So if you guys are looking into seeing what he's working on these days. Oh, what the heck was that? So, the desk is kind of a mess here. So we're working on kind of a dock, it looks like, of sorts. So I might be able to build well on the instructions, so we'll see. But man, I'll tell you right now, in terms of parts, what I got these days, it's nuts. I mean, I don't understand why I bought all the stuff I bought. Let me see if I've got any good pictures here. It's nuts, 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 nuts. God, come on, phone. Yeah, so those are the bins. Those are the 28 quart bins that I've got. So you can see 4x6 plates on the top, panels on the thing, and I think I might have even had so it's going to be like all the 4x6 plates. There should be a lot of white ones because I had about 1,400 of those for when I did my stuff. These are those other panels I got. So if you look in there, I've got like some 1x2x5s, 1x2x2s, all kinds of neat stuff in there. These are the regular standard panels. And there were some white ones I must have been cheap at Lego.com at one point. There's all my burps and lurps, and we did have the little rock piece. Must have been in Lug Bulk, or maybe somebody might have bought me some cups of those or something somewhere. So I have those. So there's some of the bins there. Anybody hasn't seen it? So this is my storage area. So I've got bins, and all those ones in the middle are like all the translucent mixed ones from a 1x1 brick or 1x2 plate up, and then I just have lots of bins below that with just all kinds of stuff in it, plates, bricks, whatever. The new 9-drawer bins, which some of those stuff has already had to be moved. There's more bins. When people talk about brick, I think I have probably a little bit too much. See, there's even more of those bins. But I just have, and there's even more bins. I've got some 8-drawer stuff. So, but I got like so many weird things. I got drawers of like here. So I got the 1x2 plate with like the bar, like the hook. I got a whole drawer of those. What I bought those for is anybody's guess. Oh yeah, I got a drawer full of the computer screens. I like the one, I was maybe going to do like a tower at one point in time. Yeah, it's crazy. I have a 1x1 on. Actually, I had to move those to a bigger bin. I had the 1x1 brick with this straight up bar. I got tons of those. I got maybe rail cars, I guess. So that might have been it. So yeah, I'll also throw this up there. I did drop off. With the music is not going to be what my stream error is. I've got 40 tunes queued up to just kind of play. It'll be instrumental. It won't be anything. If the music gets too loud, you can't hear me, then you need to just say something. Hey Brett, how's it going? Showing off some of the stuff I've been sorting lately. Getting crazy. It's nice though if it's organized, I can start building. I got, obviously Chicago to prepare for this year. Need to see if some of the techniques I want to use this year will work. Hopefully should have. That seems a little loud. Should have. Hopefully, I'm hoping I have the full Castle Clash crew on board for this one. I don't think Jordan is building anything new. I need to see if he wants to do something. Jesse's back, Castle Jesse from here in Wisconsin. He has got a castle he's going to build, new castle. We'll definitely go with what we're trying to do this year. Ralph was planning coming out. That'd be good. The Chima Swamp, which will go good with what kind of Jesse's working on. I want to build possibly a new castle. We'll see. The Hope Castle in the current configuration, the last display might be the train show in February. I might take it to Milwaukee. We'll see. Depends on what this new one is like. It seems a little loud. Turn down even more. It's got that. Everybody, like they said that one week, it's just like the elevation goes up, and you know, as it gets more suspenseful. So Jefferson will probably have something. Chop will have something. Well, I mean, hey, I have, like I showed you, if you missed it, I showed my bins of stuff. I mean, I was buying for City many eons ago. I mean, literally all those panels. I mean, I bought a case of 1x16 red 1x16 red bricks. I bought a case of them. I was working on a dual tower. Anybody in Colorado would know. It's the it's over in Lakewood. It was the one. It was a building. It was like a two tower building. But I built literally the parking garage, and built like 1 or 1.5 levels of that on maybe a gray base plate or something like that. I mean, the sucker was going to be just huge. You know, it had like 2 or 3 parking garage levels and it had like 12 stories up. Union Tower, I think that's it. I think it's called Union Tower over in Lakewood. And so, I mean, because I lived over in Lakewood and that was near the Colorado Mill store. So, I mean, that would have been all red. And so I have lots of red brick, which will go towards another project I want to build. I want to build, not a big fig, I want to build a statue of something. I don't have my hat, but it would be, I want to build a Bucky. I do deliver for a company where the Bucky Badger is kind of what is kind of our logo type thing. So I would love to have something like that. But yeah, so endless sorting these days. That's what I do. I spend a lot of my time out in my storage. It's getting nicer. The weather is getting cooler. Storage will get cooler, but hopefully a lot of my changes to insulation I did last year, being creative, I took half pallets, not a full pallet, but like a half pallet. We get the half pallets and put R15 insulation in those pallets and put them up against the outer walls, lower level. Try to keep some of the heat I generate or some of the heat in there, because it is a metal building. In the summer it gets really hot. In the winter it gets kind of cold, because the one heater that is with the unit is pointed up towards the sprinkler pipes, because it does have sprinkler pipes. It's a commercial building. There's other businesses around me and all that stuff. So, but yeah, it's nice. I mean, you guys have seen it. You've seen pictures. I mean, it's good sized. If I ever get an apartment, I definitely need probably 2-3 bedroom, or need to find a woman that has a unfinished basement that's willing to maybe share that with whatever her crafts and hobbies are. So, but yeah, so that's pretty much it for me. But yeah, unfortunately, yep. Oh, there's Ralph. Victor Brickworks, Ralph, one of the other castle people, or it's Chima, but it's still castle of a sense, because he's got fortifications and stuff. So I would still consider it castle, because it probably is more or less going to be medieval fortifications per se. So if that's correct, right, Ralph? I would say that's probably right. So, but he is one of the people for which I collaborate with. I mean, we did go to Nebraska Brick Days this last year, which was a wonderful time. So, Mark is used to be out in Colorado. He was a member of TwinLUG. I think he was a member. He might. I don't know. He probably was a member of DENLUG at one point too, possibly. So, but yep. So fun stuff. So we are always looking for the fun things to do. I know Chop probably right now is trying to just survive whatever happens with his living situation these days. I know he's always building stuff, so we could probably. I need to finish sorting this lot because I want to see if I can get some stuff. There's that buy-sell trade next month. Maybe see if I can get some stuff up to Chop. I did have a Lion Temple in there, and he's kind of. He likes all the races, but I think he's kind of more or less, if we had to think about it, more of the Lion guy. So we've got Ralph is Crocs, and I am Ice Bears and Badgers, Saber-tooths, I guess. I don't have a massive amount of those, but those are one of the allies. I do have some Crocs, but I always need those for when I do displays that aren't part with Ralph or Chop. So, yep. I believe that. Yep. I believe that. Yep. Well, I mean, DENLUG, basically I did. When we created that, we pulled people into that grouping that were the people that I could control. No, actually, basically the people I could handle talking to and not losing my mind. So that's kind of the goal. And for those people that did, that one of the benefits for the people that lived kind of farther south was the fact that it was another place to meet, probably as convenient for Ralph as it was to go to that as it would have been pretty much anywhere. So, because otherwise he'd been going to Boulder, which I think might have been just maybe almost probably worse, but I don't know. So. Yep, so working on the Viking Village. Everybody doesn't know. I mean, I started it last week, still working on it. It's a bigger creation. So it's definitely something that it's in that line of what I like. It's the medieval castle, all that. We don't have a castle theme right now. I mean, the closest we have is Harry Potter, but I'm not going to buy these micro scale castles. No offense, Lego, but I want medieval scale, castle stuff. That's what I want. The Harry Potter castle that they brought back, I'm like, no. It's not kind of the thing. I mean, yeah. So I'm not a fan of the micro scale stuff. I mean, in the end, I've built a few kind of small ones of the Hope Castle recreation, like I used it for a battle map, so I do have a small one on a base plate that's probably close to micro scale of the castle that the Ice Bears use for defensive briefing, stuff like that. And that's what I would build for, but an actual micro scale for me, just I have an army of minifig scale stuff. So to go to a micro scale would be kind of a waste of all those troops. So, and as people laugh, I mean, you see all the big army building posts on Facebook. When we acquired all our guys, most of the army builders, we built knowing that we were going to have a castle or something to defend, to defend. So everybody was just building, buying like crazy armies. Hopefully, you're building something also for them to occupy. Current Hope Castle and possible future Hope Castles probably won't be big enough to hold all the Ice Bears unless I have lower levels, caves, prison levels, which the one that was being planned between the last big one and the current version but would have been even more massive. Would have had a lot of underlying prison system, and that actually didn't go as planned. That's it. That looks like a new piece. So definitely a new kind of partial arm. That's fine. Don't worry. Yeah. We will be here for as long as it takes to enjoy ourselves. We will be here. We are not planning on going anywhere. So for anybody who doesn't know, Jesse is doing the in-person D&D this week. Larry has something going on. Cody from Brick Slopes is in Denver, so they are doing something with him. So he's not there. I can't remember if Kevin said he had something going on this week or not. I know he said he was. I think he was getting up early in the morning. So will we see anybody else tonight? I am not sure. Invites are out, but we'll see. Not like it's life or death. We do live and survive. Oh, that looks, I don't think I've seen that part too. Oh, I've seen it in like I think I've seen it much bigger one, but not a smaller one like that. So that'd be good for maybe a small tree of sorts. Lots of good parts. Man, these instructions are hard to read when they get dark brown. Hey, Zizu, welcome. Is right now a cast of one this week. Me. Possibly. I don't know. If it's something that was kind of a one-off at one point in time, it's possible hasn't made it onto the big queue, the big list yet. I'm not sure. Not sure. Or if the invite came from someone else like Larry or Jesse, that isn't part of my list. That's kind of a neat chair. It's the weekend finally. Glad you made it. How's the build going? Hey, Secret Squirrel Bricks. It's going good. Oh, since Secret Squirrel is here, hey, it's time to have Chester come out of the woodwork. Give us the old evil eye. Chester and Dorothy are sitting in the tree. They are. So you can see Dorothy. She's right there. Whew. Oh, tried to hit her. Didn't work. So, but yes, they are chilling in the tree where they feel most at home. So now these guys I have loads of. These the brown Palisade bricks. They had these on the reddish brown. They had a boatload of those on the Pick a Brick wall years ago too. Got lots of those. That's another project I want to do. I want to do a fort. I probably should do a Mott and Bailey castle one, but I'm actually thinking an Old West fort. One of the ones here in the Midwest that was one of the last active forts in Wisconsin. So that's a possibility. I I've taken pictures of it a couple times, so it is a possibility. I'd like to do it at some point. Would be kind of a neat thing to do. It's a tile. It's so hard to tell. So, but yeah, I mean, there's lots of stuff out there I would love to do. It's just a matter of figuring out what I can do, how much space I have. Nice thing is, like you said, I mean, you guys, my build table, which is kind of covered with a lot of crap right now, does have the space to do a fair amount of stuff. So I hope this was a one-off and not a twosie. Oh, that's kind of neat. Oh, that's a neat way to use that fence piece to build a vertical window. That's nice because I have a boatload of them too, so I might have to do some planning with those. But well, what is everybody working on tonight? So like I said, Ralph is doing he's doing something for work. And what is everybody? Is anybody building? People sorting? We all will always be forever sorting. Of course, I would like to get to the point where the only stuff I'm sorting is the stuff that is pick-a-brick incoming. Even though, like the collection stuff I acquire, really don't use a lot of it. I acquired it and then bought it thinking I'd use it, and some of it I did. The train stuff mostly was bought for a lot of the, like a couple of the bigger ones I acquired had train stuff in it, and so that's kind of the stuff I actually was buying stuff for, was for use of stuff that was already the train stuff, which I always kind of needed, and track and all that stuff. So, but I missed something. That. But I have, there's a lot of different sets in there. I need to go through and see, because that's kind of a little bit of where some of the value for the collection comes from, is for some of the older sets that are in there. I need to figure out what to do. I got so many built sets. I'm sure people have that same problem. Do you guys part out the sets? Do you leave them built, using them for go back to that done. I mean, I have a lot of sets. I mean, like, perfect example is I have the Ewok Village, which I bought thinking I could use it for trees. Obviously with the castle stuff I do, building trees in an environment for that, but haven't really used it the way I thought I would use it. And it's sitting somewhere. It's built. I built it. I think it was actually probably sealed up until the point where I built it on one of the 24-hour creations for charity streams, and actually did purple leaves instead of the standard green, brown, and all that. Because for everybody who doesn't know, other than I do build in clear, my favorite color is purple. The more trans purple they do, the happier I will be. I need to see what ends up on on some of the lists this year. See if it ends up in bricks and pieces. There's been a few really neat pieces. There was a new 1x6x5 panel in a frosted purple, but I think it was actually, instead of standing or something, I think it actually laid down. So I need to check on that and see if that part ends up in the bricks and pieces and all that stuff. So, and you cannot tell the difference in colors on these parts here. This is tough to see. So, Hey, Maya, how's it going, buddy? You're just in time to see Reed playing with himself. I'm sorry, building with myself. Building by myself. There's nobody else here this week. There's always a possibility that. Oh, there's Hinkle. How'd your Inktober go today? You know what? Friday is one of my busier days, and I saw it pop into my phone, into the probably say, hey, this is going on, and I never checked it again. Probably looked at it, looked at this afternoon, but didn't get a chance to get back in there. So hopefully it went well. I don't. What did you draw today? I'm guessing it probably wasn't as interesting as yesterday. Much easier drawing today. Shadow Goblin. All right, cool. Probably not as epic as what you did yesterday, but hey, a goblin's a goblin, so maybe. How was your turnout today? Was it as invigorating as it was yesterday? Not as spicy. Not as spicy. Mm-hmm. Well, you could have made it a spicy a goblin that would be interesting from that standpoint. Oh, cool. More of those. I'm wondering if this is the same print as the old print that they had on these, because I know uh, Mark Mancuso, and I think also maybe even Sean Kelly, the one from Colorado, had a couple of bulk lots, and I can't remember if Mark's lot, somebody's lot had a boatload of those in there or something like that, because I know I pulled a bunch out and actually put them in my collection. I've got them somewhere. Uh, they can't all be spicy. Yeah, well, at least not unless you have in, like somebody suggested, that tier, that actual extra tier on your Patreon for that spicy stuff. Let's see, this is a slow go tonight. Just kind of working on. It's kind of nice. Striped walls. But I am hosting by myself this week. Jesse is doing Greengrocer. Used that print. Okay, that would make sense. Then that somehow must have ended up in a boatload of like. I mean, I might have even had some from grab bags. I guess. I mean, it's possible back in the day a bunch of those got damaged too. Might have had some. I'm surprised to nobody yesterday was record viewership and best engagement for the finished artwork. I think I got too busy. I never went back in and saw the finished, and I probably haven't looked on social media enough to see it in its entirety. So I'll have to go back and check that out. That's good, I mean, now you know what. Now you know what'll just drive everybody bananas. For the next time you need to try to see if you need to buy a skull. Is that commission or is that for just Etsy for your stores? Oh. Cool. Yeah, I am counting bricks tomorrow for project support, so I will be doing that most of my day, and then hopefully maybe going to play some cards with one of my bowling teammate. He's doing something, doing a like card night, euchre and stuff like that at his. He's got a garage that is heated, and that's where they do stuff like that. Okay. Two flames. Two flames. Yep, I've been doing lots of collection sorting lately out in storage as the weather has gotten cooler. I'm hoping. Oh, bag 6. So what did I miss? There are 2 posts here that are not. So we are on to bag 6. Ooh, 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 ooh. We got another figure. Saw 6. 9. So, yep, so it's a lonely stream for Regina. Oh, okay. That's good to know. So it might have been something similar. I know they had a print of something like that back in the day. I know I ended up, like I said, I ended with a bunch. I think I got some from helping people sort their bulks, and then also from some of the stuff I had from the days when Mr. Hinkle there talked me into buying, grab bags. Reed, we got new grab bags today. I'm like, ooh, ooh, ooh. What do we got? What do we got? Something that would be really cool to Lego bring that back in some way or form. I know how to do it. I know how to do it. Okay, we got. Yes, and the shields are printed. So the shields are printed. There are no stickers, which is nice. Oh, okay. Well, that would be interesting. That must be like they must have just done a little. Uh-oh. That's my camera. Is it blurry? Has it always been blurry from a distance? Come on. So that's strange. I didn't think it was this blurry. Yeah, has it been blurry the whole time? I didn't think it was blurry. What is going on here? This camera's perfectly clear. The one that actually has all the stuff on it is blurry for some reason. Why is that? That's that one. Well, there it went back. Now it's better. Not as blurry, so something happened. I'm not sure what happened. I mean, it's usually always blurry every stream. I mean, if I do this. Yeah, I guess it's just because it's the distance. I mean, it's just too much. I can't find my tripod. Otherwise, I could be like right on top of it. It is currently missing in action. I was using it for the stop motion stuff I was playing with out in storage. So it's possible it is somewhere out there. I think it was always, but it was much blurrier. I mean, that it's actually looks a little bit clearer. You can kind of read what the soda is from there. You can see the other screen, which is maybe kind of the weird thing is I thought I maybe had it. Maybe where I had it last week. Maybe I had it in a different spot. I'll have to play. I have to play once in a while and just see. I do once in a while play. Oh, that is interesting. There's the one by one round brick, and the horn is in the bottom of the brick and actually attached through the top. That is classic. I'm looking to get some bars here. Oh, the bricks are running away. I don't want to play. So we have the Viking. He's cool. We're working with. Oh, he's got his golden chalice, his golden drink cup. So, wow, they changed the print ever so slightly. Yeah, it might have been an easy thing that they could do. Oh, see, that went blurry again. Okay, well, blame the Vikings. They keep hitting you in the head with their swords, and they're making your vision blurry. I'm sorry, guys. Wish it wasn't so, but it is. We'll come back in time, just you know. Hold on a second. Somebody's texting me, and it is craft related. Okay, I don't know if I really feel like, oh, turning it, we're going to build. So, sounds like someone wants to join the Minecraft realm we play on, which is always good. Yeah, well, have fun, Mail. I mean, you can always watch from there or listen. So, for those who don't know, I do have a. I give them their money every year, Ralph. It's not them. No, it was Haley. Haley said there's somebody who wants to come play craft. So, yeah. So, oh, Ralph, are you a Minecrafter? I do have a realm. I was actually in there before tonight, playing a little bit. I have a. Oh, I did those wrong. Let's do this one. I was actually working on one of my castles. I got Hope, which is clear. In this area, there's 2 castles, like an apartment complex. So, yep. So I have a realm. I've been paying for it for a while, probably a couple years now. So Haley's in there, Hoosier's in there, Cliff, who else is in there? There's a lot. There's a bunch of people in there. So it's a you know, I think I've got 15 or 20 people in there. Well, yeah, that's fine. Well, the nice thing is we will not stress your brain here. This is all about just. Actually, let me make sure I did that right. That one. Yeah, that's right. So this is just this is just this is the fun part of the evening where you're sorting or building. You're just having fun. So I might have to get some more of these. I might have to get more of the 1x1 round bricks just because I have lots of the Palisade bricks, and I actually been acquiring some of the white ones too that came out because my friend Ralph had a bunch of his battlements in his croc area that actually were using the wood palisades, and so I figured I would maybe get some white ones and do some snowy ones perhaps. Willing to find something to build? I'm sure Ralph, you've got something somewhere you could build. 2 and 2. I'm guessing. Could be wrong, but it would be hard to believe that you don't have anything to build. We all have something somewhere for building. I mean, not everybody is as crazy as I am in terms of how much they have, but there's always I'm sure I will always have poly bags. I don't think those will go anywhere unless I end up, giving away a boatload of them. But I mean, I probably should make sure I go to like a 501c3 before I go crazy in giving away stuff. But I still give away a little bit. I probably do need to prep something for. If the holidays is coming, I probably should prep something for you for the Children's Hospital around here. Need to look and see what I got. I really wish I'd been. I'd say that's the one thing for all my viewers. If anybody does see poly bags and stuff on sale, let me know. I'm always. I mean, especially if they're really cheap, $1, $2. I definitely would. If you don't want them all, I definitely would take them because I would. They'll go in my collection, and especially if there's lots of duplicates and stuff, it's easy then to give, 5 of this, 5 of that, 5 of this. I mean, I'm starting to get low on some of that stuff because, I mean, all the ones that I acquired that were big numbers of stuff, I've done enough donations over the last few years that a lot of those numbers are starting to dwindle. So it'd be nice to find cheap grab bags again, or have make one of the Discovery Centers had a bunch one year, maybe around Chicago or something. Haunted school bus. I want to say I thought maybe there was something like that maybe in that lot that I had, because there were some parts that I think somebody said that actually paired off with that. So let's see. So I need these guys. The nice thing is with all the parts that are in here, I definitely could probably make this bigger if I wanted to at some point. The amount of tweak it. Something. Definitely got to secure that front and back to the rest of the building, because front is pretty fragile. Kind of looking forward to learning some of the cave techniques, because that's going to be something important for this next year. Is the theme for Brickworld Chicago this year for 2024 is let's go exploring. So definitely the goal behind a lot of what we're. Oh, is he not? Oh, he was holding his shield. He is. There must be another shield name. Spare shield. What is this? Wow, there is a spare shield. Son of a gun. That's kind of nice. Spare printed shield. Uh-oh, look at this. Oh, look at that. I guess I'm not the center of attention anymore. Look at that. Look at that. How's it going, Ralph?
Greetings. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Excellent. Well, I haven't found my haunted school bus yet, but I did find something I couldn't find last year, which is, if you recognize that piece right there.
That's the hearse, right?
That is the hearse.
Yes, I know my Lego sets.
I figured you would recognize that one.
Yeah, I mean, I think, and actually I had one. I sold it. I sold it, I think, at Chicago last year, I think. I had one, but I mean, I got to the point where I can't have everything. I mean, I got a haunted house, but probably going to be a tough one to sell that one. But you never know. I mean, definitely, the original one definitely has probably a nicer value than some of the other ones. So, hopefully. Unless they bring it back again, which, they won't even bring farming back, so I don't think they'll bring that one back.
And then I'm putting in a display at work. So one of the other things that I have pulled out,
Ghostbusters. Yeah, hold on.
Yep. So making sure the lighting still works in this. This has been built for a long time with these LEDs. So
that's the first one, right? The first Ghostbusters Ecto one?
This is the first one, yeah. And it's been lit up since about the second or third day that I had it. But you got to check the wires once in a while. I did have to replace one LED because the wire was crushed.
Yeah, I was actually looking at the Walmart had some LED stuff for Halloween, and I was actually looking at some of those LEDs.
Yeah.
They looked actually pretty decent. I need to figure out if I can use those to use them for like fires, because they're actually thin LEDs.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see if I can maybe use them for fires for part of the layout type kind of thing. I was thinking maybe that might work for something like that.
So, and my build area is a freaking mess. So I won't show you the freaking mess. But
yeah, it's okay.
Well, I have. Well, there's my dogs. I also have, going into my display that I'm building for Halloween where I work, I have the Mystery Mansion for the Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, I haven't built mine of that yet.
And then I have the Haunted High School for, not Monster Fighters. What was the other theme?
It was the, oh God, no.
I don't remember. It's the
somebody in the chat will know.
Yeah, it's the more recent of the haunted structures.
Got on the tip of my tongue, but I can't think of what it is.
Hidden Side. There you go.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, so I've got those built.
Did someone say Hidden Side?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. I got a delay. Okay, that's good. I just want to make sure it wasn't like last week. It was like chat's been like really weird
So those two kind of make everybody dizzy here.
Oh
Those
my gosh, I see a dog.
Yep, there's a dog. Yep, she's camera shot apparently. So they're sitting right there. They're getting ready to be put out, hopefully tomorrow.
I see city behind you and all that.
Yep. Actually, the city has expanded, sort of. I have finally been able to start working on the city.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
And so I've got one loop of the track finally in on that section. I've got more of the buildings set up for the double thick mills plates that I'm using.
Is that the new? Is that the newer construction crane?
That's out of set. I think it's
was that one of the big
28 or something like that.
Oh, that's the one from the big city set that they had.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's sitting out there. But
did you ever pick up finally, the newer one?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you over
pick up the newer crane that was out.
Yeah, I have it in a box. I have not built it yet.
Hey, look what Cerberus is saying. At least it ain't a castle.
At least it's not a castle. Well, you're right. I have a few favorite themes. One of them is trains, which means I built city. Chima, which is like it's kind of like Warhammer 40,000K or something. It's not quite Chima anymore. And then I have Minecraft, which is currently at school, or most of it's at school. So I can make my kids at school jealous when they're playing on the Minecraft server because I buried the Minecraft server in a giant Minecraft display of Lego. So what else?
I was going to say, I mean, if my one friend came out of his self-imposed dark ages, I probably might still be back building city because I have a lot of city sets. I mean, for people who have seen my storage and have seen it, I probably am still sitting on 100 plus sealed city sets, maybe closer to 200. But I mean, I have probably that many open too. So I mean, I have a lot of stuff. It's like everybody thinks I just don't build it right now. I'm in that castle phase because that's kind of what everybody's kind of around me has been kind of working on, and it's just something that that works pretty well for what we're doing. So.
Well, I'm not a big castle builder. I mean, I have the Vikings, so that's the reason why I bought the Viking Villages. Bought 2 of those. I have bought the Thor Viking boats. They came out in the last couple of years, but Thor's not going to be on any of them, much less any of the other characters.
Yeah, I bought the Thor one, but I didn't buy the other one, the Serpent one. I might still do that because people say it goes good with this set, but
I found one of those on sale, so I bought it. Mostly just to have it in the collection. Not sure I'll ever build Viking again. I do have early castle with the I'm sorry. Apologies. I'm really brain dead after looking at this software training for a couple of hours. But I have the earlier knights with the bat helmets. Really like those. Those were really cool. Those are all put away with the Viking stuff. Might someday pull them out because I like that series more because things were the helmets alone, it's a weird detail, but it just looks really cool in my mind. So
now is that something that maybe was like a Bat Lord or something, or
no? Look up what that theme was called. Lego Bat Knight's Castle.
Fright Knights is what Mark says in there.
Yeah, they're Fright Knights.
So Fright Knights.
Yeah,
are they really castle?
They're more like fantasy, but that's okay with me. I mean, they had dragons, they have ghosts. They're just cool because of the helmet, so they're just really different. I have that whole series sitting around. Thanks, Mark. Mark, I think you have a few of those too.
I don't know if I ever. I don't think I got any of that stuff. That's probably. What years were that from? That was probably when I was kind of in my dark ages of sorts, probably.
Yeah, that's a good question. Let me look.
Actually, well, I probably could dig out my book. It's probably laying around here too. That yellow book.
They're actually pretty old, from around 98, 97.
Yeah, that would have been time. That would have been right. Yeah, that would have been struggling with some stuff at the time, so that probably would not have been something. And actually, you know, it's wild. Is my friend actually told me about Lego, but I really wasn't buying a lot back then. He supposedly had kept buying all through the years until he went into that self-imposed exile and has not purchased since, as far as I know. Yeah, he's got a few. So, I mean, I was 80s space back in the day. I had a lot of the space sets, a few city sets. You know, but one of my favorite sets was one of the Coast Guard sets with the minifigs.
Yeah,
that was a good one.
I did a lot of that 80s space stuff, but sadly, I just don't have it anymore.
Mine's all mixed together somewhere. I got that. I had the one car, Technic car. I guess the one thing that where my train of thought go? I lost my train of thought. It was headed somewhere, and then I lost it. I've lost my train of thought.
Okay, now it's the hard part. I got to find the digital instructions for this.
Oh, for which one?
The hearse.
Oh. So, yeah, I bought a lot. I had a lot of sets over the years, some of the older ones. But that I'm surprised they haven't redone it yet, but I'm guessing they probably don't want to pull that mold out again. Was one of the early Coast Guard sets when they had the platform using the old trestle piece.
Yeah.
Kind of cool back in the day. That was kind of a nice one. I'm kind of surprised they hadn't kind of gone back to something like that for Coast Guard. You know, I mean, they keep going back to these same themes, but you know, design something cooler that's a little bit more unique, or maybe go back to like really old ones and see if you can use some of that and kind of.
Well, one of the problems with the molds, and not a lot of people think about this off the top of their heads, is when you start going back far enough, it's not that Lego doesn't have the molds, it's they don't have the machines anymore for those molds. As they upgrade their equipment, those older molds become obsolete, and they would have to create a brand new mold for their newer machines. And this is sometimes lost on the Lego community. And
yeah,
that's an expensive proposition for Lego.
Oh yeah.
So I would love to see those trestle pieces come back, because they make awesome bridges, and they're horribly expensive these days to buy. But, you know, that mold issue still does not explain why we do not have more goats. And I think they went out and dropped the mold on that one.
That or that, and that's kind of one of those things where thankfully, at least we have the fake goats. You know, I mean, for those people who really want goats. I mean, but it'd be nice if Lego would make them, but.
Well, I have.
Maybe they're waiting for the most opportune thing to do it, I guess. Maybe.
Well, I think this would be the year for them to do it. I was kind of hoping with the Viking sets we would see that, but I just don't think they have the molds. I think that's the problem.
Maybe.
But, you know, I bought some of those fake goats, and when you put them side by side with the real ones, it's kind of like, the Chinese did a pretty good job getting them to look the same.
I don't think
Painting's off, but that's okay. Shape is almost right.
I think I've mixed them. I think my 1 or 2 real goats I got are somewhere safe and secure.
I have 4, and they sit up. Well, they don't sit on my city display right now, but when I get my farm built again, they will be back in the farm.
I have them somewhere. I mean, I think they've shown up once or twice before. Huh.
They're
more camels, yeah, Mark.
Though.
There we go. There's there's somebody's giving us crap about our goats. Yes, but goats aren't necessarily just castle. Goats would be for fantasy.
I would love to see the camels come back. Would not hurt for Legond to come back and produce the ostriches as well.
Got to find you got to find. Well, actually, they could do like an exotic zoo or like a some kind of like a train or something. Yeah. I did actually. I don't know if you saw, but Bricklink has their voting for submissions again. There's some neat stuff out there this time. I actually did vote. I voted on the stuff I liked. I said I love or like, but I didn't vote on anything else. I just basically abstained from anything else. So.
And Jeff, you're right. All they have to do is cut another mold. I mean, they've done polar bear babies, pig babies, sheep babies. Of course, sheep as well. I mean, there's really no excuse for them not to cut a mold for goats, other than they just hate us AFOLs. I mean, that's really their only excuse.
This is stuff here.
Somewhere at Lego, there's probably someone laughing, going, "Yeah, we're never going to let them have goats again." Oh, what piece do I need here?
Oh, I did. I messed up on this side. This side.
There it is.
That side's good. Okay, I messed up on this side.
So, Reed, what is the theme again for this year's Brick World Chicago?
Let's go exploring for 2024. So that's why the discussions we've had for what we've been talking about kind of make the most amount of sense for what we're thinking of trying anyway. So we'll see.
You're going to have to
I know Chop was thinking of abstaining from the show until he found out you were coming, and then he's like, "Oh," he's like,
"Nope, I am still on track to be there." I'm not going to show you that mess. I have a mess in the build area just for Chima.
Sweet.
Maybe next week I'll show you what's going on over there right now. Everything Chima that was out for building is covered in all of the parts that I have been buying to rebuild the swamp.
Yeah.
So
I think everybody still needs to figure out what. I know Chop will have to decide what he wants to build this year. The swamp area, definitely will work with what Jesse's planning on doing. So he hasn't told me how big his castle is yet. I'm hoping the layout will be 60 inches deep, which is 2 tables.
Right.
I'm thinking he is probably going to want maybe 20 inches. And I figured the 40 behind it would be all yours.
Okay. So that's 4 plates deep.
4 plates deep with possibly between 10 and 20 inches of it having a underground area possibly, which either I can fill or someone can fill with, because I'm trying to debate whether, I need to see how well it will work, whether it's going to be like a 3-tier elevation change where it's 20, 20, and 20, or if it's just going to be 30 and 30 where it's just, that's why I was playing with Digital Designer the other night, trying to figure out how I could do a curving walk. If I can do a curving walk, front, kind of, front to back, but, I would maybe just do 30 and 30. And just, I guess it also depends on the castles and all that stuff we're building, because I know Jesse's castle might need more of an elevation change. But I have lots of bricks, so worst case, it's one of those things where I could build suspension things too if I needed to or whatever.
How deep in bricks do you think this underground area is going to be, or how tall?
Well, I mean, the goal would be to have it be, actually, if you look at the screen like me, is maybe just be kind of like, like 20, and then 20, be like, maybe be the lowest being about a foot, at least a foot off the ground, so that, you're at least kind of, some of the shorter kids are going to look. And then I was thinking maybe like, like a foot, and then go up about a foot, and then go up a foot. So you'd be at table height here and somewhere, or just be like table height and then, and then down lower, whatever. So, I mean, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. I got to see if it'll work. I mean, in the end, the goal is to figure out what'll work.
Right.
I mean, in the end, it would be basically, I would think from, basically from front to back. Now, granted, I could always, if that didn't work and only certain people needed to be deeper, I could even maybe build some custom tables or custom risers so that it actually maybe only has certain amounts of areas that are actually down low. But the goal would be to where it still all come out, where even though there'd be an elevation here, it would still come out all the way out. So it'd still be like this all the way out, but you would just have maybe still some elevation. So you'd still have top soil, but you'd still maybe have some underneath just for like the exploring part of it. So
now remind me, since I've never been there, does Brickworld give you tables to use? Or you bring your own?
They give them, and usually they're pretty decent tables for the most part. I mean, we shim them, and so it's one of those things where, depending on how this worked out, it might be something I might think about trying to build some tables that would work, possibly. I don't know. In the end, we're still, like I said, we're still kind of planning, and so it hasn't really, manifested into something massive yet in terms of have I overstepped the actual ability of what we can do.
Right.
So, I mean, that's the goal. The goal is to try to have some elevation change, because in the end, you want to have the inclusivity of having the kids be able to look at stuff rather than have to be all up on top of the table, which, I mean, we could just go to the floor again, which I used to do for many years, but even then, you don't have the space for all your boxes and all that stuff, which means then it has to go like back out to vehicles and stuff. Or if you're lucky enough to be in an island, you just have to stack them and then cover them or something.
Well, I am thinking of putting some underground into the swamp, because I want to build a proper gator entrance with that big mouth.
Okay.
That for the chimas, but I'm thinking that is going to somewhat sink into the ground, because when you look at a lot of the chima storyline and you look at the actual cartoons, the angle of that giant gator headquarters entrance actually slips underneath the swamp.
Cool.
So I'm trying to figure out a way to get that same perspective of where you're looking down into the mouth. And of course, it's going to be a more proper mouth, not the one that's in the headquarters kit that Lego produced, but something that's much broader.
Yeah, this is the piece I have like a zillion of in like gray or black. They were on the wall so many years ago, and I'm just like, what was I buying those for? I think I was buying it for rail cars, actually, probably, or something. Like, I can use those for rail cars or something. And I was just like, man, it's like, just like these things, just like these the corners, these end corners, like roof, like those. I got a whole drawer of those in black. Now those in black, you could probably offset for like coal cars if you wanted to actually not fill the cars, but actually have like a cover so it looks like you've actually got, you know, like heaps of coal. So, I mean, I probably bought it all thinking for certain stuff. And it's, you know, let's go adventure. Your first thought, how can I cram a castle into that? Well, I mean, it's more or less, it's Chima, but you have to realize now I'm a castle builder. Jesse won the 2019 Best Medieval Building at Chicago. Yep. I think it was 2019, yeah. 2019, because he was next to me, and that was one of the pictures in the start video where I'm setting up. Because I forgot to take pictures. That was a 1 year I forgot to take a lot of pictures of my castle. But Jesse had the big gray castle next to us, and he won Best Medieval Building. So he's a castle builder. I'm a castle builder. Larry and Chop are basically Chima builders, or for this collab, Chima. Michael Frederick is an army builder, but he just built the if anybody went to Brick World, he built the castle from Clutch Powers. That was his last year. He built that. Wasn't totally complete, but he had that there. So he's done that. Jordan is the big space guy. He's got the big spaceships at Chicago, but he also had an orc base we used in at least one of our collabs. And then there's Jefferson, who has like Elves Village, Mushroom Village type stuff. But that's also another kind of castle builder. So the only person we haven't recruited, and I don't know if we ever might, is Caleb and Jacob. One of the brothers is here in Milwaukee now, and so I think it's Jacob. And so he's a castle builder, obviously, as you know, from the Lego Masters. So it's one of those things where those of us, I mean, we're going to build what we like to build. I mean, technically, I don't have to build a castle. I can build a fort to do whatever. But I want to still kind of build a little bit more of the whole castle. I just want to change it down a little bit. So give it more of like give it more underground stuff, prison, jail cells, stuff like that. And obviously, Cerberus is going to be, coming to Chicago, and we're going to make sure we enslave or capture whatever troops he has on whatever he's bringing, city or whatever. We will have one of our rainbow portals over there, and we will be capturing your layout. So be prepared.
Be prepared.
Somebody already started that for Brick Slopes too. If we ever get out there too.
Hey, while we're talking about being prepared and invading other people's displays, did you find that other Agents series attack helicopter yet?
Yeah, I got both of those.
Okay, we need.
I just haven't checked to see if the one is complete yet.
Yeah. So
and then I thought somebody else had one too. Somebody else had one too, but I can't remember who it was. Somebody in our fan base for the show had one too. It might have been Cydia. Somebody had one. Somebody had one the one night, and they said, "Oh, I got one of those too." So.
And again, I don't really care about the figures. I just want the helicopter out of it so I can turn it into a mech. So when you get to that point, let me know so that we can have some negotiations about purchasing it, or both of them for that matter.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to use printing. Actually, those were ones that I got, I think, cheap, and then Jay had one. TJ, Mark?
I think
TJ had one, yeah. So
yeah. So thanks, Mark.
We've got our connection. Somebody.
I think he was going to sell it to me. That might have been my fault. I may not have gone back to talk to him about it, because I'd like to get 3 or 4 of them so they're walking down somebody's city streets.
Yeah, I know. Definitely have the 2 for sure.
But anyways, if you do choose to part with them, let me know. If you choose not to, let me know. That way I know how many more I can, source from other
any
places.
use for them. I think I have to figure out what I even pulled out of them. Probably pulled something for probably a Technic boat or something. I was the only thing I can think of. But I've got them. They're not going anywhere. They've got your name on them. They're anybody else's name.
Cool. I hate when I cannot find one stupid, simple piece. Oh.
Yeah, TJ. So TJ, yeah. We're just making Cerberus just so uneasy by all our castle projects.
Yeah.
You gotta bite the bullet, and you gotta get into castle. Well, I mean, now, granted, I guess you could be a Marvel fan and survive with my other co-hosts. But that's it. You gotta have either be like Marvel superheroes, or you gotta be Castle. That's how you'll because Kevin's Castle too, but Kevin Wagner's probably not as because I think I made comments in a couple shows where he was next to me about, hey, can I have? He's like, nope. Because the problem is if you start moving, when you start moving figures to other people's layouts, I think sometimes people are worried that it might mess up their chances for awards or something. But generally for what we're doing for fun, if you saw for Chicago this year, that's why I say if you spend all your time setting up, you'll never make all the connections you can make by networking with people that are there. So I actually networked with Jeff years ago, Jeffrey Beans, and so he is somebody that very humorous, does lots of stuff. I think he had Cocaine Bear this last year. He had all kinds of crazy stuff going on in his layouts. Very humorous stuff. And so for me, it's like, hey, I like your vineyard, and we got a beer bash going over here on ours. Can I put a rainbow portal over here and have some of our guys swiping some? I'll bring my own grapes, but swiping grapes from your vineyard to use for making some alcoholic beverages. And he was like, yeah, I love it. And then of course, just like in the old days of Michael Frederick, the minute I walk away, his guys are invading my layout. So
well, fair is fair.
Yep. He's like, what do you think of my ice cream cone army? I'm like, they caught me a little off guard. Yep. I've had to since move some troops to kind of contain their advancement, but yes. And that's how Michael Frederick and I became friends. This is like the one year I was like, hey, do you want to, do you mind if I throw some guys over here on your Napoleonic battle, which definitely ice bears over there or saber-tooths looked very out of place. But I did it, and then I think I came back, and he had like Santa's army over there inflicting craziness on my layout, and so that's kind of how it started. And so the best story I ever had was the one year there was pirate stuff next to my castle at Chicago for WISLUG, and they're like, hey, do you think Michael would want to, do anything with your castle? Because we have all the space we have to fill. Let me go ask him. This is Michael. Hey, we got some space. Do you want to siege the castle this year? And he's like, oh yeah. And I'm like, oh my god. And he's been working siege engines, and I'm like, all I'm doing is working on my castle. I need to be working on defense mechanisms for my poor ice bears because he said that, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be crazy. And sure enough, he had a big siege tower that was as tall as my highest wall, and oh yeah, it's fun. I mean, that's how you have fun. I mean, Cerberus. Whatever theme you build, is if you get to the Chicagos and some of those bigger shows, make your contacts and pry people and say, hey, well, would it ever be cool if we kind of. And that's where you need to use that fantasy mentality and say, how do I get my guys from one to the other? I mean, portals are obviously the thing. We just, the one thing I always laughed is, and that's Jefferson's idea, not mine. Jefferson had the rainbows out there And I think I don't know if he said it was a portal or if I suggested a portal, but it was like, you know what? Rainbow portal. Everybody thinks there's a pot of gold there. No, it's a portal. Be careful what you wish for. Be careful when you open that, because you don't know what you're going to let in when you try to get out. So.
Oh, I know what you're going to let in. Crocs. Lots of Crocs are going to be coming in.
Well, that or the Crocs are going to be, we need to find somebody. We need to find the Star Wars guys that are willing to let the Crocs come over and actually,
steal a few things.
Make sense of all their technology they keep stealing, and be like, people go, well, that's really weird, and be like, yes, but go look at the layout where look for the other portal and see what's over there, and you'll see why they're over here.
Yep.
That's kind of.
And I'll provide my own Star Wars Marauders for the purpose, as long as they'll give me that little bit of space where I can sneak in a portal and show the Crocs, fighting off some stormtroopers while they,
and that's
requires some technology.
And that's something too. Is after that's where for the big shows, that's where I needed like a Chicago approach, like early morning on Saturday or late Friday, like, hey guys, after they've done all the nominations and all that stuff, can we do something like this, like early Saturday morning? And that way, once they've already nominated everything, there's no worry at anything. Once they've got all those nomination flags up and stuff, they've been nominated. All bets are off. Anything can happen to those displays. It's well, not anything, but it's awesome to see. Then you can bring out the humor for the public on Saturday, Sunday, because it's like Friday noon to be nominated for stuff. They actually Crocs don't.
Well, and that makes sense. I mean,
need the portal to beat the Ice Bears. No, we're allies now. We're not enemies. No. We might have been enemies at one point or another, but we have since realized that we are stronger together than we are separate.
And there's a lot of good choice food items out there, but for the Crocs, you can't store that stuff too well in the swamp, so it's kind of nice to have some ice bears around that will allow you to refrigerate some food for long-term use.
Yes, Severus, and that's why we have an ice castle, because it's in the Arctic region where there's food refrigeration year round. They just jump in a portal, come over to the castle, and away we go.
And we're bringing.
I could never lower myself to participate in a castle display in any fashion. Just by curiosity, Severus, do you go to Brick World Chicago? And if so, what is the themes that you build there, so that I know? Or if you don't go to Brick World, what show do you go to?
We could always schedule to show up at a show that Severus is at.
Yes, we could. We can travel.
Yeah.
Travel with Chima.
Yep.
I need to actually, you know what? While my phone is open and charging, I need to message somebody and find out about a certain thing that wasn't ready at Chicago, and see if he has actually fixed the replacement ones.
Excuse me. Well, I'm making a little bit of progress in the hearse. I'm on page 24-ish or so. You got a ways to go.
Depends on the year, certainly. Well, no. I mean, the thing is, though, like I said, it doesn't matter. You don't have to have castle. The guy that we have invaded his vineyard, all city. It was a city layout. All I wanted was access to the vineyard. So my portal, I'll pull up the picture. My portal was between two wind turbines, and they were just, my guys were flowing out and his guys were flowing in. And, that's the ability, but behind trying to get, guys from one layout to the other. And so that's kind of, and that's why people are like, whoa, or they mention rainbow. Oh, rainbow. I said, yeah, it's a portal. You got to find the other one. It's over on that island over there. And then you send the kids or the parents looking, and then they're like, and they might come back later and say, hey, I found that other portal. Yeah. I was like, yeah, that's how you move stuff around. I mean, it hasn't happened too many times. I mean, it actually happened without a portal back in probably 2017, 2018. Somebody had a huge Roman setup at Chicago, and I think it was one of the castle builders in Texas that I knew, or one of the builders. Like, he built everything. But I was like, hey, do you mind if the ice bears come in here and flank one of these armies? I said, sure. And so I literally moved like 100, 150 ice bears, and they were flanking the Romans or whoever. Whoever was sieging the city were being flanked by ice bears. And so it's like, it's all about humor. I mean, none of that. I mean, you got 100 of a weird species, just coming out of nowhere. People are like, where'd that come from? You're like,
it's all about having fun.
Yeah. I mean, once you get to public days, I mean, that's everybody wants to have fun. Your goal is to get the kids laughing.
Plus you're networking. You start working together, because in a weird way, not only are you saying, hey, here's a portal, go find the other one. You're getting folks to look around in the displays and see the other details that are present. It's a cool thing.
Yeah, just so you know, Mark, it's not, I mean, technically, I'm Chima, Ralph's Chima, and Chop is Chima. The other guys in our collab are not Chima. They still have stuff. I mean, basically, if we're doing a castle collab, it's everybody. Orcs, Chima, Knights, I mean, everything. I mean, they're all fighting. I mean, it's like, I mean, I have Knights defending my other castle, which is a great castle. And basically, as we point out, the humans are just there for, meat, target practice, how could castle be fun? So confused.
You know
what? Do we have any good Disney, any Lego stuff on YouTube? You should probably search Lego Castle on YouTube and see if there's any good castles out there that you could watch.
We even had before Jerry moved to California, Jerry on one of our battle collabs took a bunch of friends' mini dolls and armed them to the teeth and incorporated them into one of the battle scenes.
Which Jerry?
Yep.
Oh,
Jerry.
Yeah.
Jerry, they did all the technical stuff.
Jeremy, right?
Jeremy, yeah.
Yeah. He had what, the Friends dolls?
Yeah, he did all the Friends mini dolls, and he went around, talking to everybody, because at that time most of the AFOLs and the LUG didn't care for him. So he got quite a collection together for that show of very heavily armed Friends mini dolls. And it was funny, but it was fun to watch the kids look at it. I mean,
well, see, the nice thing is Mark, if you're somebody who likes to build buildings, if you don't need the army. If you can build something castle or big, Michael Frederick, one of the guys that collabs with, has more troopers than probably all of us that watch my stream combined. He probably has twice as much as what frickin' Kevin has. And you've seen what Kevin has. I mean, this guy has got, he had a Napoleonic battle at Chicago for 4 or 5 years. He had, I think, 3,000 to 4,000 minifigures on that battle scene for that. I mean, it was huge. I mean, our layout for the last couple of years has been, the big one was like 4 tables. I think his was 8 or 10 tables. It was freaking huge. So if you want to build something, we got guys that'll provide the army. You don't have to worry about that, because like the orc base that Jordan provided, Michael provided the orcs. So it was one of those things where we use people in this collab. We don't use them, but people build for the collab to be part of it. I mean, I don't want to build a big castle and be by myself anymore. I'll build a big castle, but I don't want to steal the spotlight. I want everybody to share in the spotlight. So by doing this, I'm bringing people together that all have a share of a love of castle, Chima, humor, fun. I mean, we have it. Yeah, trolls, orcs, whatever. I mean,
absolutely trolls.
Yeah, I mean, if you have trolls and stuff like that, I mean, we mix it all. I mean, it's a free for all. Like the one year that we did the last collab, the theme was building bridges. We did building bridges to Paradise Island. Now, Jesse, the castle, the medieval winner, was going to do the island, but life came up. He had to back out. So I did the island. The island wasn't great, but the castles around it were. Mine was good. Chop had his pyroclastic castle with his lava bridge. I had an iceberg bridge. Michael Frederick had built his serpent bridge that went to the to Jordan's orc base, and Michael had his army. And then Jefferson, who wasn't at the show, we used his sea monster. I think it has a special name, but we used that, and I actually altered it. I think it's still altered because I don't think he's done it with it, but I altered it with all UV reactive stuff underneath all the arms, because that was the year we had UV lights above it. So anything that was UV reactive in that layout glowed in the dark. So I mean, we will, and we didn't use it this last year, but we used it 2 years ago. If we can make it work, stuff like that, we will try, because that adds highlights to stuff we don't have to worry about lighting. We can just, the UV above it will actually just, anything that pops, it'll light up, or the glow in the dark, it'll set that off. So wonder why I am into trolls. Yes, why are you into trolls? Hopefully, I'm not going there. I was gonna go somewhere, and I'm not going there. I'm not gonna be that guy. But yeah, I mean, trolls are cool. I mean, and the trolls, I mean, the big guys. I mean, we all have a few of those. I mean, because they'll make an appearance in the layouts. I mean, and that's what Michael, I think, had the 1 year. Is he had a bunch of the trolls, because that's usually what's sieging the castle. Because I love trolling you. Ha ha ha. I'll put that up. That's just, wonder why. I mean, you shouldn't put that in one sentence, and then it would be up there for,
So Reed.
Oh, we don't have the guys doing the dad jokes, but I guess that would probably good. That'd be a good dad joke. So thank you, Severus. Thanks for making our night there, right there. But yeah, I mean, it's all about fun. I mean, that's what we're there for. I mean, the only saddest part about the Nebraska Brick Days that Ralph and I went to is we didn't have any good spots to sit, because our layout open on all four sides to the public. So
we definitely did not think that through very well. We gave ourselves no place to sit, which was okay. It's just, it wasn't the greatest thing on that concrete floor. But before I forget, because this just popped in my head, here's something you should consider putting on your maybe to buy lug bulk for this year. Mm-hmm. In the Halloween set, that poly bag, both the carrot and that plant piece glow in the dark and react to UV light. Stem,
carrot, and there was one other piece in there too.
The cone, that one by one cone.
Yeah.
So I already put them on my list. So I just, while I was thinking about it, because you brought up the UV thing, because unfortunately through Bricks and Pieces, i.e. The electronic version of the paddle, those things are expensive as heck.
Yeah, I mean, I think actually we had those last year we had that the corn like it was like an old crown type thing, but it had like it looked like kind of a top of a corn stalk, had like the six things that kind of went out, so it looked perfect for like the we had those in the glow in the dark, and those I think I had I think maybe 100 of those. I was like, what do you use those for? I says, if I even put them on top of a corner stalk glowing, it'd be pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Brick World is okay, but too many castles. Well, you won't see me in a Brickfest live. We've not a fan of the way it's run, the owner. But I mean, and actually, Brick World Chicago has. I mean, if you think that's got too many castles, you didn't walk the whole floor, because I mean, castles is probably almost a minority there. I mean, it's one of those things where there's space. City is probably the biggest one, or actually Star Wars, because those guys from like the Rebel Lug and all those guys. I mean, they built huge layouts. So There's a lot of everything there. I mean, that's nice about Chicago is if you want to see all the themes, mosaics, superheroes, all the themes, that's where you go, those big shows. Chicago, Virginia, which I still need to get to. That's the last of my big three. I've been to BrickCon. If you want to see all the themes, you got to get to the bigger shows because that's where you're going to see a lot of them. Now, places like BrickCon, you're right. If you went to BrickCon, you're heading that way, you see the castle section, you could just skip it altogether because it's all in one section. Whereas you're right, Chicago, there's castle. It's wherever the lug is at. It's grouped by lug, not by theme. Whereas at like BrickCon, I went to the one here, all the castles together. So, it's all in one big island. So, and they've actually moved venues since I went out there. So I don't know, how the new venue is. So, but yeah, but Brickwork Chicago, if you've been there, then I mean, it's a cool show. I mean, I enjoy it. I've been there every year since 2012. 2013 was the first year of Hope Castle, and it's been there every year since. I even did the virtual ones. I even did World of Lights in the virtual ones where I turned the lights out in my workshop storage, and so yeah, it's fun stuff.
That must really
Severus, I mean, you bring out good points. That's why, hey, we need people in the chat. I mean, it's kind of wild. We only have a few people watching tonight. I don't even know.
There's only 4 or 5 earlier.
It's 3. It's kind of low tonight. Oh, you did? You did the virtual show? Wow, crap. I'm going to have to go hunt for you. Virtual shows, yeah, they did a few of those. Those were nice. Actually, that was kind of cool. Well, then I know that. Well, the one thing is, I know that you probably weren't sharing the same room with me because a castle guy and a non-castle guy probably wouldn't have gotten along very well. So, because I know one year I actually shared a room with somebody. Actually, the first year, I think the first show I did it all by myself. That was crazy. I don't think I'd do that again. 4 or 5 hours talking about my castle, talking to, about myself. It's kind of crazy. Who said I'm not a castle guy? Oh, you're just trolling me, castle. Well, maybe we were in that same room together. Maybe I should know who you are more than I do, which is pretty bad. So, and that's the thing. And by Chicago, how many people are there? Who knows? I might know you, but do I remember you? Trolling hard. Yes. So, but
the answer is probably no, you don't.
No, I probably do. I probably should. And if I don't, I probably should. But,
yeah, that's probably you're probably
that
right.
Or somebody that I really do know, and then is just really messing with me, which is possible too. So, what do we got here? That's okay. It's all about fun and excitement, and hey, I will take that. I will take that on stream. I am not going to complain. Oh, that's all the support. It's a little weak for the support. Hopefully the music is down to a reasonable pace for those people listening. Is it at a good pace now? Good level? I mean, I'm like level on my computer 5 or 6.
I'm not really hearing it, so.
You're not hearing it? Anybody hearing it?
Barely in the background.
Okay, so maybe it's okay. Well, you're good then.
And now he'll turn it up, of course. So.
No, I'm not turning it up. No, if it's just in the background, that's good. It's not. Doesn't need to. All I know is Kevin in those some of those years was like, hey, no offense, Reed, but can you I'm watching on the replay. I mean, no offense, but I don't like to hear you guys just breathing. Can you play some music or something? Sure, Kevin, no problem there. There's a 2x, okay. Not hearing it. So only I can hear it.
All right, it's starting to look a little bit more like a hearse now.
Tell me when you hear it, guys. Can you hear it yet?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Okay. There's a 3. There's a 3 of those. It's just the Patreon music that I donate to, so that I can have music for everybody when there's not much talking. Obviously, we have some good talking tonight. We've got a chat that is definitely getting me to talk. So hey, but it's nice to have that music just in case we get an awkward silence.
So speaking of awkward things, you normally don't do Vikings. So what are you going to do with this Viking Village when you get done building it?
I've actually been kind of thinking about doing something, and I haven't kind of done much with it yet because I'm still sorting. I was thinking of maybe taking it and maybe taking this and the King's Castle and the 3-in-1, maybe taking all that stuff and mixing it together and making something.
Okay.
Doing like everybody's been talking about doing their where they take and they mix the stuff. Maybe. I mean, that or it's just going to be parts, but I mean, I don't know. We'll figure out something. Right now, it's just kind of, it was cool. It's a Viking Village. I mean, I bought the Alpine Lodge too. I should have waited for when the holiday got here so I get the GWP. I just have to get that through Bricks and Minifigures or something.
I bought the Alpine Lodge on Tuesday, so I have the 2 GWPs coming with it. So
yeah, I got those 2. I got the maze, and then the seasonal bag actually came busted, but it was all there. So it looked like it was all there. So, but yeah, I like their seasonal GWPs because basically what I was doing was actually holding. I was actually starting to put all the seasonal GWPs that I had with my sealed holiday village, my winter village collection, because that actually is those I still have a bunch of a boatload of. I have all of those still that are still sealed, and that's basically why I bought 2 lodges, one to go in the sealed collection, and one to build. I mean, I don't do much with the Winter Village stuff either, which I probably need to at some point.
I build all my Winter Village stuff. None of them are sealed, unless of course I just bought them and haven't opened them yet. But they will all get built.
Well, I was looking for something to be part of the retirement collection, and that was one of the things that I could actually get all of them of. And so, I had all the CMFs until the soccer and probably the second Harry Potter. I have all of every series of those, but it's one of those things where I still haven't gone through to figure out. I need to go figure out which ones are extras, which ones aren't. So. Is the chat moving on you or not? I haven't seen anything said in the chat. I have not hearing it from Mark. Is the
last thing I see is Denmark saying not hearing it. Oh, there's Dude Jude. Sorry, tongue got tied there.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Apparently, Dude Jude was doing some reconnaissance for us.
Oh, okay. I'll have to do that. But no castles. Really?
I'll have to go check out your channel later, sir. Ugh, I cannot talk tonight. Dang.
It's all that learning tonight you were doing.
My brain has had it. It is reached that breaking point of just too much information.
No, yeah, there we go. Oh, he needs some more subscribers too.
Yeah, I did something wrong. That's what I did wrong.
Oh, well, you've got some. Oh. He's got a couple things there. Wow, all your. Yeah. Looks like you're. Yeah, medieval stuff. Yeah. Evil. Evil guy. Okay.
Evil is good.
I want to see. I want to see the. I want to see the firing of his weapons. Let's see.
Yeah, that's probably how it's supposed to look.
Oh. Hey, have you got plans for that shooting ballista? I would love to have that. I make up for all those crazy trebuchets that keep getting Ice Bear head shot at my castle in Chicago. Shrug. I actually was looking at plans for a shooting trebuchet a while back. Somewhere on the internet, I found one. I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." Hunting for my strings and stuff. Oh, geez, there goes the neighborhood.
Uh-oh.
Except it is a castle guy, so we can't say no to him.
What did they just call you?
You're rejecting people tonight? That's not nice.
What?
You're rejecting people tonight? That's not nice.
No, it's been kind of slow, but our chat's been lively. They've been trolling me pretty good, getting me going.
Good.
Keep talking.
Good.
How are you guys doing?
Yeah, we're good. We're down in Milwaukee.
Oh,
gymnastics meet tomorrow morning for thing.
Okay. So
yeah,
did you guys? So when did you guys get down there?
We just got down here around 6 o'clock. So just checked in the hotel and.
Oh, okay.
What was that?
Did you guys make it to the store?
No, we did not. So I hit up a couple of the Chicago stores this week and had a pretty good haul of stuff. So from Pick a Brick Wall. So
that's cool.
Pretty happy.
That's good. Yeah, Michael posted some pictures. I think he's got a cup coming to me at some point. But.
Yeah, I wanted to, but didn't get a chance. But I was able to hit up the 2 Schaumburg stores and the Gurney Mill store. So it was very worthwhile.
That makes it all better when it's worthwhile. That's the whole goal.
Yeah. I got 4 large cups in Schaumburg, so
that's
that was good. How's it going out?
That's good. Well, I mean, I think I messaged one of the guys out in I messaged one of the guys out west, I think, and actually sent him a list of what I wanted. Actually, I need to look and see. Everybody's saying hello to you, Kevin, just so you know. But I don't know if he responded back to me. But one of the guys that does the AFOLs of Facebook, I sent him a list of stuff that he went back for a couple cups of some stuff out there. But
yeah, I've had to find a few sources that I'll work with, but I'm in pretty good shape for most of the stuff that's been available these days.
Yeah, after continually sorting, I'm kind of going, oh, I gotta be careful what I keep buying because I gotta find room for it if I do.
Yeah.
That's what I was shifting some of my panels and burps and all that stuff to some bigger, different containers. So cool. So you're just checking in, huh?
Hey, DJ Ken. Yeah, we got to jump off, but we wanted to jump on for at least a second. I'm surprised no one else is on from Critical Bricks, so which is too bad.
Well, Jesse's doing in person. Larry's got what's his name from Brick.
Is he on a cruise again?
No, Brick Slopes.
On a cruise again.
Cody is in Denver. So
yeah,
Cody's there. So yep. So they're. Oh.
So all right. Well, you guys have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you next week.
Sounds good.
Bye all. Bye everyone in the chat.
Bye. Later, Kevin.
Bye.
Ralph.
I like this. I hope it wasn't castle stuff, Kevin. Unfortunately, that is another castle builder, Severus. I'm sorry, man. Plus, he's an army guy. I actually, I take that back. He's Star Wars too. He does do a bunch of stuff. Castle and Star Wars. And the two big ones for him. Because he's done some. I think he had a castle layout the one year he was next to me. He had the really brightly colored trees. That was the year I said, "Hey, can I have?" No. Okay. Asked if my guys could be wandering through his beautiful forest, and he said no.
And he rejected you?
He rejected me. I know him. Ice bears in the Star Wars universe, kind of a crazy idea.
Well, that's why the Crocs just, sneak around. It's just much easier than, taking a stroll through the woods.
Than asking for permission, just kind of, ask for forgiveness rather than,
Well, yeah.
If someone gets upset, that is.
It's less complicated. And if someone gets upset, that just means we acquire some more food, in the process.
Oh, that's true. That's right. Yep.
It's all good.
They get steak tonight.
That's right.
Instead of
frozen
or that chili. Or that chili from like Blazing Saddles, right?
Yeah. Well, fresh meat's better than what you've got in the freezer, so. Anyways.
Make two of those. That's right. Everything's duplicated.
Where's that piece going? Oh, it's going right there. Duh. I think my eyes are about done for the evening. These black pieces are looking the same.
What?
All these black pieces are starting to look the same.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, just too much computer time today.
Probably too much computer time while you were paying too much attention to stuff.
Well, the person hosting this training did not give us much opportunity to look away from the monitor because she kept giving us pop quizzes along the way to see if we were paying attention.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
You know how those teacher types are.
I don't know. I haven't done any school stuff in a while. So.
No, they haven't changed much. They want you paying attention, and they're going to give you a test to see if you work or not.
Yeah. I always liked my business law teacher when I was at the tech school. He's like, "Hey, we've got an honest to goodness celebrity in our classroom." And we're all looking around. Like, wow, okay. Yeah, it's Mr. Reed Yaeger. His dad was the one who did the teacher strike for 1 year. I'm like, oh.
Well, that's something to be
arbitrated
grateful for.
arbitrated the teacher strike. Yeah.
Aha.
Yeah, my dad's been well. Thanks to Walker, they dissolved all that stuff. But he used to do that back in the day. He was a arbitrator, and then he was staff director. So he worked for the state. I always liked going to visit him. I could sit in his chair. The one office faced the Capitol, so you had a view of the state Capitol.
Yeah.
So, you know, I could go sit in his chair and look out the Capitol, look at all the scenery outside. And so people would walk into the office and all they see is the back of the head, and they go, "Tom," you know, and I'm like, I'd spin around, I'm like, "Oh, you're not your dad, but you look just like him from the back." I'm like, "Yeah, he stepped out. I don't know where he's at, but he's around somewhere." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." You know. So yeah, it was always fun. It was always fun to do that. So, now I see some of the, you know, I mean, I get to go watch him, you know, go play golf with him once in a while. He's got a bunch of the guys that he knows from out there. I get to know all those guys too. So thankful. Fun.
Yeah.
Chat died again.
Well,
everybody's having so much fun.
maybe they're all out building or sorting stuff.
You know what? I think they're all building castle.
That's it.
Everyone is building
Castle or Viking. That's what they're doing.
and it's everyone. We just gotta make sure we stress everyone that way. That way we know there's one person out there who's not going to be very happy that we're saying everyone is building castle.
I don't know who that would be. I
don't know
figured everyone's building castle.
No. All the real builders love. All the real builders love castle.
So, Mark, if you're still out there, what are you building right now?
Yeah, Mark should be out there. Dude Jude's out there. We have 5 watching. We climbed by 1. Not me. He's at work.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forget you have one of the night jobs now. Or had it for a while, actually.
Yeah, I had one years ago. So here, let's see what he said here. Actually, I am building a castle. If by castle you mean not castle, there's no such thing as not castle.
That's true.
Not, especially not when my other co-hosts are not here. It's castle only when I'm here. When they're here, well, then I can't say it's castle only. But, except a lot of that Dungeons and Dragons stuff that we do afterwards is a lot of like castle related type kind of stuff. So. I was technically kind of this curve over. Ooh, they're using. Oh, look at that! Look at that nice armor piece. I like that. It's kind of cool. So it's got Technic on the back of it.
Hey, Mark, have you added any new animals to that zoo?
I'm gonna have to look at this armor pack. I'm gonna have to be remaking my jetpacks for my guys. I like that.
Dang it.
Yeah, me too. Man, I don't know what's gonna go.
I had this crap for at least 2 weeks.
Huh?
2 weeks. I've had this crap for at least 2 weeks.
Yeah, see, I've had it for a while. I can't seem to get rid of the cough. Now, granted, I am talking a lot tonight, so that's probably not helping. But yeah, the cough I just can't get rid of. It's like
Same
talk
here.
about this long hauling thing. I'm like, I think that's what I got.
The cough is the worst part because it is not going away.
You can't see, and you just can't get rid of the damn thing, and it's just like, oh. I have a roof section for my. I have a roof section for my. Extra gold hot dog. Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. We've got a person saying hi from Twitch. Somebody's oh wow. Okay, so maybe Kevin left. Somebody's in the skybox over on Twitch. I need to actually probably stream over there more so I can get some of the fun stuff like what Kevin has, some of his little work, his stuff he does.
Yeah.
Well, Haley's in here too. Haley's over on Twitch.
Hi, Haley.
Wait, this isn't YouTube?
Nope, it's not.
No. Oh, wow. Okay, so this attaches to this somehow, some way. I got this, and then this has got to go away.
Wow, it's been a while since I've made this many mistakes trying to build something.
No, Ralph, you don't make mistakes.
No, I just have to go back and undo what I didn't do right the first time. Hey, where's that piece?
Oh, there's a bar in there. Okay.
Well, shoot.
Oh, look at that. They attached. Look at that. Look at that. We are switching to Twitch. I have a crown. Wait. What am I doing here? Reed looks the same on Twitch. Yeah, that's good. That's good. I don't want to look too fat on Twitch. Didn't expect that. We are quitting YouTube. Well, I mean, I've been on both for a while, so I mean, if I can figure out how to do more there, I can maybe. So look at this. I have part of a Viking Village, guys. Look at that. We need to zoom in here. Move the camera.
Just enlarged a few of my older ones and in the design phase for most. Well, good luck, Mark, because at some point I'd like to see pictures of it. Of course, at some point we should probably try to figure out how to get you on a stream, too.
Oh, yeah, that would be good. Yeah. That or just do a video or something. Let's see here. Every step is a mistake if you're building a castle. Well,
yeah.
There are lots of steps in castles. I
sense that someone in this chat really doesn't like castles. I might be wrong.
That's.
I could be wrong. And to be fair, I don't really build castles. I build swamps and cities.
Well, here, since you know what, since we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this and watch this and see. We're gonna get him caught in his own game.
Uh-oh.
This is his channel. Now I guess it is medieval. Maybe we're using the wrong term analogy. Maybe it's supposed to be medieval and not castle, because he's got the Siege of Cetarica. He's got a ballista firing, which I watched. That's pretty cool.
Maybe it's not a castle. Maybe it's a fortress.
Ooh, it could be. Yeah,
I mean, that's the wrong term.
I did have Pendragon Fortress I built. So yeah. So
maybe that's the problem.
Would you like more subscribers? I mean, we could probably definitely post your YouTube here, but if you have Instagram and all that other stuff, hey. So, what the heck? Yeah, didn't wear a helmet. Chop life is real. Those are so old. They are really old. 6 years, 9 years, 10 years. Well, here, since we're doing that, here we'll show. Let's show the oldest. Because mine, the oldest, are pretty radical too. I do have one that actually does have 588 views. So here we go. So we're comparing how old stuff is.
Mine might be older than yours. No, yours is probably older than mine.
So here we go. So we've got Reed here doing a back flop into a Lego brick pile.
I remember that.
Brick pile, a belly flop, and then pile them on. And we got some Brick World races from 7 years ago. These are all from 11 years ago when Kids Fest came to Denver. So,
Oh yeah, the boat races. I should think about that. Do they still do boat races at Brick World?
They
Chicago?
do.
I wonder if I could catch a Chima boat for that. Chi-powered Chima boat. Great. Now I have a new project.
There's Matthew Ramsey there.
Yeah.
There's Sean. Didn't work too well.
Yeah, you survived.
I survived. that was when Sean Kelly was really active too, because he went on that Kids Fest. He spent a lot of money. He filled his van and he filled my van.
Wow.
Yeah, he bought a lot of stuff.
That is a lot of stuff.
I'm not sure where it is. Okay, well, I have a Flickr too. My Flickr probably hasn't been updated in probably 4 or 5 years. I have a Flickr out there. I have lots of stuff out there.
I used to put a lot of stuff up on Flickr, and I just stopped.
I was a young child with those. I grew out of that nasty castle stuff.
Now I just moved to evil fortresses.
Yeah, but we all can't be perfect like us. I'm sorry. Oh my God, I don't know if I want it. Time is it? We're 2 hour and 15. This is next step would be the drawbridge type thing. Is that gonna give me the rock work I want to learn how to do? Probably, maybe. Is that gonna be? Because that was kind of, I wanted to get the tunnel. Oh yeah, well, stairs. Because that's kind of what I need to do is build. Because remember, I got to do tunnels in this new. It must be part of that. Maybe building the stairs just happen to maybe turn into the other rock.
Okay, that's not right.
I don't know if I really feel like starting this tonight. I mean, I don't know how late we're gonna go. I almost feel like doing some craft. I don't have to talk. And since we've got a bunch of the people in the realm, I mean, who knows? They might want to be going out there and doing some craft too. I mean, Alien Hoosier do it. Do some Minecraft. We'll only do 2. We'll end this here in a little bit, probably. Even actually, you see, my thing didn't. I mean, there must be only a couple still on Twitch. My live viewers kind of didn't. It was up there, and then it's 5 in YouTube, 2 in Twitch. I mean, I probably could try to just go on Twitch. But, I mean, that's where Kevin is. That's where Hinkle is exclusively is on Twitch now.
Yeah, I noticed that. He doesn't seem to be doing videos anywhere else. Oh no, that's not true. He's on too.
That or what I need to do is maybe try to maybe do Twitch, but maybe rather than maybe have me in StreamYard actually be in the Twitch and say, guys, okay, or figure out. I can type in either from StreamYard. I think Twitch has more stuff going on in there, so I need to figure out how to work all that extra, because Kevin's got a lot of cool stuff. All the sound bites and stuff are awesome. And you would be the star of one of the sound bites for Friday Night Bricks. Because I'd have to go hunt for the video where you were saying, hey, When I used to go to the store, I only got to get 2 grab bags. So
You know, I might be
bags will be one of
willing to record that because I'm only going to keep saying it because it's true.
But I mean, that would be one of the best sound bites. I mean, people be like, "Oh, we get to do the grip." Well, he's got
true.
a panda alarm, and he's on his panda alarm. It just like, does the panda dance type thing, and it's like, and I like going in there doing that. And now it does have a timeout. You only get it for like, you get one, and then it times out for like 30 seconds to a minute or something. So you can't flood it.
Yeah.
Which is kind of nice, but stuff like that. So, Twitch sucks. They're all entertaining, so but
it's wherever the people are.
Yeah, that's.
They're going to watch or they're not going to watch. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, it's just about who's watching, what are they watching, what are we doing. I mean, obviously, when we've got busier panel, more people, it's usually busier. We've since paused the music, which fine. We're probably gonna end it here, probably maybe 2:30, 2 hours. So there's no Critical Bricks this week. Jesse is doing in person. Larry is, like I said, he's hosting. Cody and those guys from Salt Lake are in Denver. So and who knows? That sounds like probably a fun time there too. Kevin, as we saw, is out and about. He's so there's a lot of stuff going on. I mean, that's luckily Ralph came in. I mean, it's nice to at least have someone else in the panel. Wild thing is this will actually hold up to 10 people in here, which I think I've had it once or twice. 72-hour streams usually get close to 10. But yeah, I probably need to start building. So once I'm trying to get a little bit more organized, Ralph, but I'm going to start building here within the next, furiously building the next month to try to set up to see how the idea that I want to go is going to go. I mean, I'm thinking with what Jesse's going to build, I don't think he's going to go bigger than 20 by 20. I really don't.
Really?
Well, because it's going to be really tall. I mean, his.
Well, okay.
So, I mean, 20 by 20, but could be, in essence, 3 feet tall. I mean,
yeah,
could be pretty substantial to what he's doing. So, I'd say it maybe on a backstage. I'm not going to say it out here because it's still like a lot of our ideas are still kind of up in the air. I don't know how well they'll work. I don't want to give it. I think Jude's been out there before. I think he's been in Kevin's Skybox before when Kevin was exclusively over on Twitch. So, but other than that, I mean, obviously, there he is. There's Chop. There's our third Chima guy. Hey, now it's a Chima stream now.
Yep.
We got Ice Bear King, King Croc, and then of course we need.
I'm building.
Hey, Butt Chop.
Raptor bike. Hi, Ralph. I'm building Raptor McCrafter.
Rafter. Wait a minute. Raptor Crafter. Wow. I think I was drinking tonight or something.
No, it's stunts set. It comes with a It comes with a Raptor motorcycle.
Chop, how you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
Tired as all get out.
That's not good.
Yeah, well, part of life.
King Ice Bear, King Croc, and Chop is just the overall Chima king. So
I like all Chima.
Yeah, I need to figure this lot that's been sitting on the floor for the last month and a half. I need to sort it so I can try maybe see if I can get you another Lion Temple, perhaps, before bring it up maybe on the 18th of next month for a certain buy-sell trade event.
Oh my God!
I would
have to quadruple. I'd have to quadruple the temple then. It'd have to be.
Fine.
Oh my god!
That's fine.
Can you imagine that quadrupled read? That would be insane. I don't know.
That's fine. You know, I mean, you're gonna have something for next year, anyways, for Chicago. So you know.
It'll give you something to work on, Chop.
There he is.
Oh,
All right, where are those?
nice.
And he's got. I like how he's got claws printed on his feet.
What set is that?
This is from the stunts.
Oh.
Raptor Death Attack. Raptor Murder
Wow.
Stunt Dunk.
So they're putting. Well, I mean, I wonder if they've just taken like one of the old Chima legs and just kind of changed the. Oh, that's pretty nice. Yeah.
That's the motorcycle is literally a Raptor. Yeah. He's cool. Very cool. No, they're not Chima legs, but they definitely could be used as that on a custom.
I like
He
that
did a
bike.
custom.
Yeah. Almost kind of wonder if any of that printing is UV reactive. Almost kind of looks like it's a kind of a brighter green almost.
That's
Hard
a good
to tell.
question. You got a black bike there, Chop?
No, I need to. I need to get one.
How did the building showing go? What was that, last week or whatever? Week before? Last week? When they were showing showing the house off?
Oh, that sucked. That was every day of the week.
Every day of the week they're showing it off.
Yeah.
What happened?
But
What happened to that one job you applied for? Did you end up getting that job or not? Didn't you apply for something?
No,
like
and I went back to my old job, and I don't even want to talk about it, Reed.
Okay,
I went
that's
back
fine.
to my old job, and they did horrible stuff to me, and I'm still dealing with that. So,
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That Mark told you what you need to do with those bikes there.
Yeah, for the Crocs, you could totally use this as a Croc motorcycle.
Yeah. Updated speedors.
It is basically updated Speedor. Yeah.
I think I'm going to go see what those cost on.
I like Chop's shirt. See, it's definitely a Chima stream now.
We got Laval, Traeger, Eris, and Warren.
Oh,
Which I recently, of the 3 Chima sets I'm missing, I recently got one of them. So I'm down to 2.
Hey, Chop, what set did those come out of?
the stunt set.
60359 Lego City. Dunk Stunt Ramp Challenge. But if you put the set number in, 60359.
Look who came back when he saw Chop on.
Hey, Wags Jr.
Yeah, they were in earlier. They're down in Milwaukee. So.
Well, that's a bummer. Nobody has any in quantity.
Yeah, it only came in 1 set.
So I want them now.
It's probably expensive.
You gave him ideas now.
Yeah,
I got the set.
One person's got 4 of them.
That seems like a lot. That seems like a high quantity for considering it's like a motor. It's like a wind-up bike. Because I'm sure it wasn't on. I'm sure it wasn't on bricks and pieces. You'd only get it from buying multiple of the set, and the set's expensive.
Yeah.
For what it is, the set's way priced high. I got the set. I used my Amazon points.
Yeah.
I paid 69 cents for the set. But I had a bunch of Amazon points from buying from Amazon.
Well, the fairing by itself, not including the wind-up bike portion, is $2. Cheapest is $1.81. But nobody's got.
The thing that sucks about it is, just to let you know, there's only one connection point on the thing. If you don't use the bottom part, or I suppose you could just get the bottom part from any stunt set, but it only has one stud connection on the actual just dyno part, and it's right there where its butthole would be.
Now, Ralph, did you look for the whole bike or just the top of the bike?
Just the fairing, just the top of the bike.
That
Yeah,
or actually, did you check Bricks and Pieces to see what's available in Bricks and Pieces?
I am presently working on that.
I don't think they do the stunt bike parts on there, do they?
Well, they do
No.
stuff because I've been looking. I looked at the ramp a couple times, but the ramp parts are pretty expensive, even by the.
Well, believe it or not, they do have the fairings on there, but I don't see that one yet because the tub is on there.
It might be because it's probably kind of almost like a license type thing.
Yeah,
Probably because they have the Jurassic stuff right now. They probably.
But it's not licensed. It's just a dinosaur.
I know,
it's
but in
probably
the end, with Jurassic out there, it might be something where
There's
that or
no-
it's too cool to where they don't want to put it out there. They just don't want to have.
Well,
because it's not a licensed set. It's just city.
No.
I know
like
it's not a
city
licensed set, but they have Jurassic themes, so who knows? But it could be they just don't want to sell it individually either, or it's not
Well,
out there yet. They don't realize they're sitting on 10,000. They got to get rid of them. Maybe in a year, 6 months.
It would be nice if they had them on Bricks and Pieces because many of the fairings on Bricks and Pieces are like $1 or $1.12.
Yeah, sorry for showing you
Oh,
that.
they do have it,
Nice.
but it's $5.53 a piece.
Yeah, probably because it's like it's obviously it's a new mold,
Yeah,
and they probably
And-
can't use it for anything but stunts because of the way that it connects to the bike. It's made to connect to the stunts, push bike bottom. All of them. I thought at first when stunts came out that the top of the bikes would be able to go on the moving wind up bottoms, but they don't. They're specifically made for the stunts motorcycle bottoms.
well, I'd imagine the bottoms you can probably acquire without much problem, but yeah, that's kind of pricey.
Well,
Yeah, it
we're
is.
going to probably go ahead and
Do you
kill
want
the live
multiple? Yeah.
portion. We're going to kill the live portion, guys. We're going to do a little post show with the three of us. But have a great night. See everybody next week. I don't know if we're doing D&D next week. I know it'll be episode 285 for us. So I'm going to go ahead and do I gotta find my exit video. Regular ending. Here we go.